I promised I would do a video on this. So, about a week ago, if not 2 weeks ago, um, the whole fiasco happened with the school board and parents going in up in arms about CRT, critical race theory. That was a huge problem, and I'm saying CRT was a huge problem, not the parents going up in arms. Apparently, some parents didn't want to leave. Somebody got arrested. That wasn't great. But once again, the news skewed the information. I don't know if this was intentional, but I just feel like they did it again. They highlighted normal people as crazy people and crazy people as normal people. So they highlighted the parents as crazy for getting upset that the school board was not listening to them about how to teach their kids. And what they didn't say, at least I don't recall them focusing on this point. Maybe they did. Maybe that's how I even learned about it, because some news channel did focus on this point. I just didn't hear a lot of people talking about this, where the board members literally told parents, we don't have to listen to you, and what you want doesn't matter. Does that make any sense? What you want for your child doesn't matter. That's literally what she told the parents at the school board meeting. And everybody went crazy. They were like, oh my goodness, this girl did not just throw out those words. That is crazy. Where do you get the audacity to tell parents what you want doesn't matter for your child? I mean, that's almost like they've been brainwashed to think that they really do own the education. What's the word I'm looking for? They own the degree and the goodness, what is the word I'm looking for? Teachers feel as if they know best about what your child should know. They feel like they know better than you about what your kid should know. Where do you start with that kind of ideology? But that's literally what we've run into. And you see this again and again and again, right? So when these kids were starting to be taught at home, the teachers were literally talking amongst themselves saying, oh my goodness, what are we going to do when the parents find out what we've been teaching these children? And then just the other day, this class did a survey amongst fourth graders asking them what their gender identity was. And the survey said to the kids, do not ask your parents for help with this. In other words, don't tell your parents what you're doing. They literally asked kids not to tell their parents what they were doing. These people are trying to own your kids. So it got to the point where, and Michael Knowles had covered this, he was talking about the fact that one of the fourth graders had to show up at the school board meetings and express how uncomfortable she was with the fact that the teachers were giving her homework that instructed her not to talk to her parents about what the homework was about. And she felt uncomfortable with that. Yeah, apparently these parents, they raised this kid right, okay? Because if it took her to actually have to get the huspa within herself to say, hey, look, I got to go to mom about this because this is insane. Like, I can't talk to mom about this. I don't think mom would like to know that I can't talk to mom about this. So I'm going to see what mom thinks about me not being able to talk to her about this. This is insane. This is absolutely insane for these people to literally say, okay, your kid is mine, and that's it. I mean, when that whole gay musical came out and they were like chanting, you know, we're coming for your kids, you start to wonder, you know, and it really got bad. They had to take that scene down. Like, I think they took the commercial down. That's not good. You can't tell people you're coming after their kids. This is bad, okay? So what they're doing now, so I guess in a way I don't feel bad waiting this long to talk about this topic, because I can incorporate 4 different instances that all reach the same crisis, that these teachers are trying to own your kids. So first I talked about the fact that during the lockdowns, the teachers were asking what to do about these kids finding out what they've been learning from these crazy teachers when they were at school. Because now that they're at home, the parents are going to see what's going on because the parents are homeschooling. Number two, the parents that were completely outraged about CRT being taught in classes who had to be carried out in handcuffs because they wanted to weigh in on how their kids should be educated. Number three, the fourth grader who stood up and literally said, okay, I'm uncomfortable with the fact that I can't talk to my parents about the homework that I have, and I'm 9, 10 years old. Okay, and the fourth thing is that now that they can't teach CRT in classrooms the way they wanted to by rewriting history, okay, what they're going to do is they literally said this, they are going to have the teachers go through therapy so that the teachers can be brainwashed about whiteness and that they will know how to appropriate themselves around the students. Because now they've been enlightened by the woke, crazy mob that feels as if whiteness is the root of all of our issues and not absolute lunacy. So, yeah, I was homeschooled. A lot of people that I know were homeschooled. Florida, 10 years ago, okay, had a 32% homeschool rate. I think that's skyrocketed since. And I don't blame parents for yanking their children out of school. I would yank them out of every single institution. I wouldn't even put them in private school. I would yank them out of school. COVID showed a lot of parents that they can do it. They can keep their kids at home. I would not put my school as the forerunner in my child's education, not with stuff like this going on. If I have to be carried out in handcuffs because I wanted to weigh in on how my child should be educated, this is not the institution for my child. So is it wrong for me to say I really don't want to know anyone else's opinion on this? Because I don't think they should have one. Because if your opinion is anything besides the fact that I should be the last and final arbiter on what my kid learns is not your opinion, then you need a psychologist. You don't need a platform. But anyways, that's all I have to say on this topic. That's it. Yeah. And we'll talk about more stuff later.